started 12 years ago when I met my husband, and we're both coming from previous relationships that didn't end very well, in a sense that our spouses were they passed away. They had diagnosis and they passed away. And we had such a busy lives, both of us. My husband and I were working in very structured environment, very demanding. I worked in a hospital. He worked for a very demanding environment as well, and we didn't really have time grieve our spouses. Our way of grieving was just putting more work, more hours, maybe learning and studying even more, so we can put even more work into it. So we didn't really grieve. When we become a unit and we start relationship with each other, we had kids as well. So one came after the other. We had little kids. Holly was born a year later, was born my son. And my husband had 2 daughters from a previous marriage. So we also had 2 of his daughters that were grieving their mom. So we were lacking a foundation. We were lacking a structure. We were lacking understanding sometimes. So after a few years, our relationship went into crisis. Just putting it very simple, but it was very complicated. I thought there was no solution, but it wasn't true. It turned out it wasn't true. I started doing the wellness boost. I think I missed only one. I did one after the other. I know the practices, forgiveness practices, were essential for the healing of the relationship. And I really wanted to heal relationship. I just didn't know if I can. I didn't know. I just had a faith and trust that it's possible. And I never gave up my practices. We created strong foundation in our relationship, and we actually separated, but we went back together. So since December 2019, we're back together. We've never been happier. And it's wonderful to hear him laugh and to see him smile. It's nice to see our children laugh and hear them laugh as well. So we went through a lot of struggles. So what the wellness boots did, not only that it healed my relationship with the husband, but also healed the grief on the way, which I didn't ask for it, but it kind of brought me so much peace and joy that I never had it before. I was looking for peace for so long. And I finally found it. So I'm very, very grateful for what it's offered to us. Very, very grateful. And I'm not planning on signing off from the Wellness Boost anytime soon. I'm participating now, and I know what I'm gonna do at 9 o'clock in the morning, every morning, Monday to Friday. What I also do, I never give up forgiveness practices. I wake up as the first person in the house, early in the morning when nobody's up, everybody's sleeping, and I trace the greatest love, greatest forgiveness. I connect, and I feel so wonderful and peaceful. And I forgive, and I ask for forgiveness, and I also forgive myself. That's the most beautiful practice. Thank you.
Great. Ewelina, can you share a few words? I remember your struggles, and I remember you were ready to give up.
Oh yes,
Can you share a little bit about what made you hold on, and how did you have that breakthrough?
So the fear was driving force. I was so fearful. I was scared. And I remember when I had to make a decision, I didn't look at the circumstances, as I knew that what I have to face was the fear. And the practices helped me not to feel fearless in a sense, but helped me also face it with a great graciousness, like with this grace. So I wasn't struggling with fear anymore. And I had to actually give up everything. I gave up the money. I gave up relationship. But my husband came back to me and asked me for forgiveness. And I didn't know if it's going to work. I didn't know if we'll have a chance. But I knew what I can do to get there. And now I knew what I have to do every day to get there. And I did it, and it worked. And I have to tell you, we didn't really had the honeymoon period in our 12 years. And right now, when we're together, we never laughed more than we laugh now. And we never laughed at our jokes before that much. But
now's your honeymoon time.
now is our honeymoon time.
Now's your honeymoon time.
Yes.
Beautiful. Very beautiful. I think you touched many of our hearts, Ewelina. So thank you very much for sharing today. Thank you, Ewelina.
Thank you.